Good evening everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you click this video, you're probably interested in purchasing some alloys for your vehicle. I'm going to give a very general broad overview on shopping for alloy wheels. We're also going to touch on tyres, and we're going to just basically, there's lots of numbers when you're shopping for wheels. You'll understand the very basic ones, but I'm just going to cover everything so you make sure that you're going to buy some wheels that fit your vehicle and it's not just a test fit. You're going to make sure that they fit before they come. So first of all, I'm going to go into the rims themselves. So when you're shopping for rims, you're going to see a number that's going to be like 17 by 9 J. And what does that mean? So you've got the 17, which is the size of the rim. So you've got a 17-inch rim. The by 9 is the width of the rim. So you've got a 9-inch wide rim. The J is nothing to do with the width of the rim. It's actually the profile of the bead what attaches your tyre to. Almost all wheels I've ever come across are J. You don't really have to worry about that unless you're buying bespoke, specific built stuff. You might have a different tyre bead profile. I'm sure there's industries out there that use tyre profiles that are different, or the bead profile that is different. But for the majority of consumers watching this video, every single wheel and tyre that you use is going to be a J profile. The next number that you're going to come across is probably going to be PCD, which stands for pitch circle diameter. And what that basically is the spacing between your studs. So you're going to see this in a number which is probably going to be 115 by 5, and most cars will have that, like a unique PCD to them, so you can't change the wheels from a Ford to an Audi, that sort of stuff. But some cars are by accident the same, or if they use the same chassis base, they're the same, which is why you see a lot of common wheels from another vehicle being used on certain vehicles. So the way that number is measured is the 5 of that number. That's how many studs there is. So if you see 4, there's only 4 studs. If you see 5, there's 5 studs, 6 studs, so on. And the larger number, the 115, that is, imagine if you draw a circle through all the studs, that is the diameter of that circle. If you are shopping for wheels and they don't have the right PCD for you, it's not the end of the world. You can get adapter plates. You can get different quality types of adapter plates, but definitely you can fit them on. There's no issues with that. The next thing you're going to see is the centre bore. And now that is the hole through the middle of the wheel that basically is what your badge goes over, but it also sits on the hub. I think just off the top of my head, an Audi's general centre bore is 57.1. I'm sure someone's going to correct me if that's wrong. But basically, that is, you want that sitting on the hub. You will be able to put a wheel on with a bigger centre bore that won't sit on that hub and your bolts will hold it into place, but that's not recommended. If you have got one with a bigger wheel than your hub, you can get something called spigot rings. Even if they're plastic, it's just something that's going to centre the rim onto the hub before you put them bolts in. That's going to make sure it's centred, because I'm sure you can imagine if it wasn't quite centred, you're going to be getting all sorts of dramas. And you want to take that up and down motion off your studs and make sure your studs are just for bolting it on, and the up and down motion is secured between the hub and the wheel. So next you're going to see the ET thrown about a lot. It's another German word, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but basically what that is it's your offset. So if you imagine ET0, so no number on ET, that will be directly down the middle of your rim. So you'll have a rim, and then ET0 is in the middle. And then you're either going to get ET positive or ET negative. If you go positive, that point is going to move forward towards the outside of the rim, so you're not going to have as deep as a dish. If you go negative, you're going to be getting a deeper dish. So ET0 is already a very deep dish. If you're going for that negative ET, then you're going to have a real deep dish, and the majority of the rim is going to be sticking out past where the studs are secured. Moving on from that, you're going to get the method of the making of the alloy wheel. So generally when I'm upgrading alloy wheels, I'll always try and go for something that's factory made. Generally, if you can get something that's from a reputable brand such as Volkswagen, Audi, it's going to have quite a good quality to it. If you're getting aftermarket wheels from places such as China, that sort of stuff, generally they're going to be cast wheels, which are a little bit weaker. You're probably going to get cracks. You'll probably see all over the forums people with cracked wheels, that sort of stuff. And of course you can crack a normal wheel. There's nothing saying you won't be able to crack a normal wheel, but these cheaper wheels that are cast are going to be more prone to that. And then you've got your more expensive range of wheels, and then you're starting to look at forged wheels, split rims, different types of methods from making them. But generally the cheaper ones, up to probably £1,500, you're going to be looking at a cast wheel. So once you've got your wheels, you're going to be looking at some tyres, and now you're going to have some numbers on some tyres what don't quite correlate with the wheel. And this is because we measure tyres in millimetres and wheels in inches, because why the not? So when you're shopping for your wheel, you're going to have to work out how wide your tyre wants to be. So for example, if you've got a 9-inch wide rim, you're going to have to convert that to millimetres, and then you're going to be looking for a tyre that's that wide. You can go wider and smaller. When you go wider, you're going to have a bulging overhang. It can be sometimes quite good, not to the extreme, but quite good for stopping to curb your alloys, because you've got a bit of a slight overhang. Don't take that to the extreme though, you know, maybe one size up, one size down. When you go down, you're going to be getting stretch, which is where the walls of the tyre go in. This is a bit more of a scene thing. Some people think it looks cool. It's also going to present your alloy wheels out a little bit more, so if you do curb them, you're definitely going to be ripping a bit of alloy off your wheels. After that, you're going to see the profile, and this is one of the biggest misconceptions with tyres. People think the profile is also in millimetres. It's not. It's a ratio or a percentage of the width of the tyre. So just because you have a 40 profile doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be smaller than the 50 profile, because the 50 profile might have a narrower tyre that's going to give it a higher profile. It's a percentage. So a 40 profile is 40% of the width of that tyre. So if you've got a 275, you're going to be 40% of that, and that will be your 40 profile. And next you'll have R and then a number, and that is your rim size. We're back to measuring in inches for this, and basically you're going to have R and 17 or R and 16, 18, whatever rim size you've got, you get that correlated on your tyre size. After that, you're going to have your load rating. Your load rating is not going to be really that relevant to most people, but if you are doing a camper van build or you've got a van, that sort of stuff, your load rating is going to be important. I'm going to pop up a list of the load ratings here, but for the majority of people, it's not going to be that important. And then after that, you're going to have a letter that indicates the speed rating. That just dictates how fast that vehicle can go. So if you are looking at performance and you are looking at a track day car, that sort of stuff, then you're going to want to be interested in the speed rating, how well that performs at different speeds. And then of course, also marked on the tyre, you're going to have what sort of terrain the tyre is designed around. So you're going to have snow tyres, all weather tyres, summer tyres. Majority of people will go for all weather tyres or something that works well all year round. But if you're fortunate to have a set of winter wheels or a set of summer wheels, then yeah, you're going to be going for your primary winter tyres, real deep groove treads, and then you're going to have some nicer tyres that give a bit more grip in the summer. As with everything to do with cars and vehicles, it's plagued with fakes. You'll even get fake tyres. So definitely do your research, be sure that you're getting them from a reputable supplier, because you will be picking up fake tyres, and I think, to be honest, there's probably more fake BBS rims out on the market than there is real ones. So if you are buying a set of BBS wheels, then be sure that you know who you're getting them from, and some of them are really, really good replicas, and you won't notice that they're fake until you crack one on a pothole or something like that. So once you've selected your rims, you've got the ones that you want. If you change size massively, gone up or down, you're going to be wanting to work out your overall radius of the tyre. If you've gone much larger than that, your top speed's going to change, as in your speedo's not going to read the same. So you might need to get that adjusted, or even if you don't get it adjusted, just calibrate it in yourself so you know if you're doing 75 miles per hour, you're actually only doing 70, or the opposite way around. It's probably going to change your fuelage. It's definitely going to change your ride. If you've gotten bigger like myself, this van now rides like shit. It is awful to be sat in the back of here, but it looks good, and the sacrifices we make. Things to consider: just because you've measured it and you can get the widest possible rim under there, if you've measured it and you can get like a 10-inch wide wheel, that doesn't mean that when the suspension travel goes up, you're not going to get connection on the inner arch. And of course, I don't think it needs explaining at the front, your wheels turn and it could foul on stuff. As long as you don't go too stupid with it, have a look on the forums for your specific vehicle, you're probably not going to have any issues. Once they're all in and fitted, you're probably going to want to get your tracking done, your alignment, make sure everything's set up right. Otherwise, you're going to be getting uneven wear on your brand new tyres, and you don't want that. And also, your vehicle might not be as safe as it were before. You might be pulling to the left, to the right, and that sort of stuff. Hopefully I've explained some of the things there that I've learned over the years from modifying cars. If I have helped you with stuff, then please do like this video and subscribe. For sure, it took me quite a few years to learn what ET were. I never really understood it. I just used to buy them, test them. If they didn't fit, get spaces, bring them out. But hopefully that saved you some time and certainly some money in the future. So yeah, please do subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you around.